Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Stone Faced Reactions. I'm Shy, that's Theta, and here we are with the second episode of Death Parade. Theta, how'd you feel about the first one?
I mean, it's pretty much bullshit.
Yeah, you were pretty unhappy with some of what was going on at the end there, but
I,
I promise you that this episode's gonna kind of throw a lot of answers at what you were going on about there,
I mean, I'll say
and
it was a good episode. I liked what was
Mhm.
going on. Well, I didn't like what's going on. I liked the framework. I liked the framework,
There you go.
but sort of unhappy with the ending.
Yep, yep. Um, It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I am gonna be.
I like that he got it wrong for I mean, I've seen the show 4 times. This will be my 5th watch through, so I know a lot more, that's the thing.
I'm gonna be very upset if they go to explain it this time, and there's there's gotta be a satisfying explanation about why this person went to hell or the void. Sorry, why this person got yeeted from existence. This
Well,
obviously better person, and the other one gets reincarnated,
Mhm.
which means this asshole goes back in the cycle.
Oh, yeah. Now see, my thing is I have all these answers, and you keep asking these questions, and I have to, like, bite my tongue on it, and I'm
Well,
just like, "We're gonna get to it, we'll watch, it's
see
fine."
again, I have to go back to the whole Nirvana thing because
Mhm.
the only reason why she should be sent to the void is if she was a complete person and she has accomplished everything and she's done. Whereas this guy is being sent back to reality because he's an asshole and he has to go through the cycle again until his karma is cleansed. But you're saying it's
I
religious neutral, and I'm saying this falls into Buddhism. The only way.
Oh, no, I'm not saying the religion is neutral, I'm saying the actual one they're pulling from is either a blend or it's really ambiguous. But when they use heaven or reincarnation, it's the positive one. That means you win. And when they say hell or the void, it is bad.
Right, so I'm not going to be happy, is what you're saying.
You're not going to be happy, but it does make sense why they went where they went. And I'm just going to say straight up his assessment was wrong. You know it was wrong. You saw it was wrong.
Well, I guess that's another problem I have. Without you telling me now that his assessment was wrong, I wouldn't know that it was wrong because I would assume that he's an absolute authority and that he will always be right.
That is a hilarious assumption, and watching this series will absolutely destroy that notion for you.
So cool, I'm supposed to enjoy this character who fucks up the afterlife.
Correct.
This jester in god clothing.
Correct.
And you
It's one
like
of
this
those things
show.
where you it's one of those things where it makes more sense the more you watch it.
Because he doesn't look like a character that'll be like, oh shit, I messed that one up. Like,
He doesn't,
I
right?
better get the next one right or atone for my sins or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not necessarily that guy.
And you like this show.
I do, because I have all the answers, and I don't know how many we're getting this episode, but it's enough to get it started.
Alright, well, maybe we should just get into it then.
I think it's best to just get into it then. Start getting you some answers, and then we can start talking questions. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and plug that Patreon we got here. Hey everyone, we have a Patreon going on at whatever link is listed here. It's just $5 a month. You get access to all sorts of behind the scenes content, uncut, uncensored, all that good stuff. Helps create more content, get more food in our bellies, all that good stuff. No pressure, but if you can, it's just $5 a month. Thanks in advance.
Now, she's the assistant that hasn't been, like, changed like they have yet.
Right.
Good morning. Who are you?
I'm so sad because I want to call her by her name, but they don't give it to you till like the last episode.
And her name was Eve.
Sorry, that was mean.
I would cry.
Trick question, you don't actually have a name.
Whoa.
I do wish that the opening and ending were at least like close to the same audio levels.
Yeah, right? I will say the audio balancing in the English dub is a lot worse than I remember it. But it is also generally a quiet show most of the time.
Yeah, until people start yelling at one another for...
Literally. Yep, until the game picks up and then it's quiet again after that.
Yeah, I mean, this opening
Well,
does seem...
except when this girl and that guy are on screen, then it's always loud.
The opening does seem tone deaf. If every episode is anywhere near the first one.
There's one or two episodes where this actually might kind of fit, you know? Because you get all sorts of stories. It's not just, you know, these two people that wronged each other, you know? Sometimes the people don't even know each other. Sometimes
Nobody wronged each other. That's the problem with the first episode.
I know, but there are times where they have, where they haven't, where they were strangers, you know?
I mean, like, the first guy was just jealous and insecure. Sure, caused their death, but... I mean, it was just a mistake.
Yeah, a lot of lack of communication. Maybe you shouldn't be marrying someone you can't talk to, buddy.
All the other bars? There's more bars, isn't there?
There's lots of bars. There's a lot of people dying.
Where are we going now?
Yeah, but they only cover 2 people that die at the same time.
Each.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still a far insignificant number to the number of people that exist.
My theory, because the show never really touches on it, I imagine there's other afterlife judgments for different criteria. You know, I bet there's one for children. I bet there's one for, like, you know, people who died by themselves.
And children have games too, right?
This way.
They do.
Children's patty cake your way
Except
into the
instead of a
afterlife.
bar, it's like an afterlife Chuck E. Cheese.
Gotta get off the platform. Harry Potter's coming for his wand soon.
Yeah.
Clavis?
Hello there, ladies. How are we doing today?
You're
I
late.
like him, but
I'm very
he's
sorry
like
about
the
that.
least screen
Where
time
can I
on the
take
show.
you?
We're headed up to Deckham's place.
You got it.
He's one of the very rare exceptions to never trust a guy who never opens his eyes in anime. He's just a good boy.
How are you?
I'm alright, thanks.
Does he ever open his eyes?
I think maybe once.
Have fun.
Does he have the crosses in his eyes?
Yes.
Okay. It's the only thing I've wondered about him. So... I guess that's confirmation that animals don't have souls.
I have no idea.
There's a jellyfish here, and we both know there's a cat here at some point.
Bye. Hello and welcome to the
I love that cat.
It's in the
My
opening.
name's Deckham. I'm the bartender here.
It's a good cat.
Hey, it's nice to meet you. So, what is this place?
This is where the deceased come first.
The deceased? Dead people, you mean?
So this is the prequel to the first
Two
episode.
deceased will be coming here shortly.
Sort of. It kind of happens before, concurrently, and
Their
after.
lives are staked.
Okay.
We're here to pass judgment on the deceased based on their memories. We also consider the humanity they exhibit during their time here.
So she's constantly getting her mind wiped, is what you're telling me.
Function as arbiters.
No.
So all time happens at the same time, is what you're telling me.
Hey, it seems
No,
like
I'm
this
just
is something
saying the
that's
start of
been
this
surprised
episode
you.
starts before the start of the last episode and ends after the
Anyway,
last episode
the deceased
ends.
will arrive here, but before they do, their
There's a
memories
time
are all
lapse.
compiled together and sent to the arbiters.
Compiled how?
Let's see, what's the best way to describe it? It's kind of like a kaleidoscope of images. That makes sense?
More or less.
I think I would do that with suspenders.
Does this mean...
I would too.
am
Just a
I-
sec, okay? Quinn, we're ready.
I'm a dork, though.
Roger that, Nona. Sending memories right now.
Are they afterlife robots?
That's
Things should start moving
not a
along
horrible
steady.
way to describe it,
Now,
actually.
Deckham, if you don't mind.
As you wish, ma'am.
Well,
I'm sorry, what's his name again?
Decim.
I kept hearing Deku.
Decim.
Like a tree or a hero?
What about me? What exactly do I do here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? You're here as an assistant. This is us. They're just dummies. It's Deckham's little hobby. Don't let them get to you.
Those are really creepy.
A pretty revolting hobby, isn't it? The
He's
real
a friggin'
action is
weirdo.
out there.
So it's the room right behind the bar then.
Persuading our
Mhm.
guests to play a game.
Back in the bar?
Yes, eyes forward, please. And I'll need you to sit very still.
Oh.
So they're about to watch what just happened?
Yeah.
Today's performance will be starring these two. That's Takashi and Machiko. A couple that's newly wed and newly dead.
Ha 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 ha.
So they just didn't see these two people sitting in the room?
The lighting was really bad, honestly.
Not
Of
that they're
course.
aware of it, of course. The shock of dying tends to make people forget. And for now, that's the way we want to keep it.
Why is that?
Well, if they knew that they were dead, I doubt they'd stake their lives on a game.
Why would they anyway? That kind of bet doesn't seem worth making.
True, and normally they wouldn't. We have to do a little convincing.
How?
By making them think their lives are at a greater risk if they don't play. That's what's going
I don't
on
like
right
the
now.
scratching noises in the background.
Come into playing?
Yes,
Yeah, that
exactly.
horror
So
ambiance.
sit still.
No, not that. It just made me think my chair was creaking this entire time.
Who knows what'll happen if you don't?
It took me out of the show a little bit.
Intimidation successful.
I don't understand. Why go to such lengths?
It's necessary to reach the right verdict. Accurately reading people can require extreme conditions. In this case, that means having them risk their lives on some contest.
Well, that does sound extreme.
Like I said, it's designed to be. The whole idea is to create severe tension, mental and emotional for the most part. Okay, on to the next phase.
Seems like you could make a Squid Game type movie out of this.
What now?
Oh,
Why do
absolutely.
this when you already know
Plot
their
twist,
whole
you're
life
already
story?
dead.
Because we can't accurately judge people on their memories.
I had a thought, and I'm going to save it till after we're done recording because it's not fit for being said on recording.
Come to know the whole person.
Understood.
Only then can we judge them and decide their fates.
One game can do all that?
Still not convinced, are you? Do you happen to know what the most primitive emotion human beings experience is?
Fear.
I don't.
Hey!
Fear, my dear.
I was right the first time. It's one of the two.
You did great.
The mannequin.
Oh, that's right. Yoda taught us all at the beginning. Fear leads to hate.
Right now. Why don't we look down there instead?
So they have to play darts?
This time, anyway.
Machiko! No, it's impossible.
What happened?
This game does involve some physical pain.
How?
He hit the shoulder area of the target, so Machiko's shoulder started to hurt.
How is that possible?
Baby! Does it really hurt?
I'd say that one was the lungs. In this game, the players throw 7 darts at 2 targets, the areas of which are linked to parts of their bodies. Almost as if they were being made to stab each other.
Do the games ever repeat?
No. Each episode is a
Used to
different
it
game.
Soon enough.
This kind of seems like it'd be interesting to see the games again, but with different people and different circumstances.
Deckham took
So
I've
that-
always thought that too.
So that you can then get
that simple.
figure out what the measurement kind of thing is happening.
Have the game as the control group.
If they keep on missing like this, Machiko will be the winner.
That's fine, isn't it?
From where you're sitting, maybe it is, but not for the ones who are playing the game. They think whoever loses stands a chance of being killed.
But nobody ever said.
True enough, nobody said it. But really, what are they supposed to think? The mind is very susceptible to such suggestions. Nobody wants to do something that will lead to their own death. It It goes against human programming.
No! Oh God, I'm so sorry! I didn't mean to, my hand slipped!
There, did you see that?
That was intentional?
It certainly seemed like it was, but we can only be sure about their memories. Things that happen here are open to interpretation. We don't know what their motives are.
So, it's just a hunch?
Well, an outsider might call it that.
You're just
But these judgments
psychologically
require
torturing
experience
people and then also
and
physically
ability.
torturing
The
people.
arbiters have.
It kind of makes them the bad guys.
Yes.
Oh, my eyes!
People are fascinating, don't you think? Even after all I've seen, there are still so many things I
You know, they
don't
also
how the mind works.
never said you had to follow
By
the rules
way,
of
it
darts
might be
either.
useful to know how they died. They got into a car accident while they
You
were
just
on
walk
their
up to him and
Miss Takashi thought Machiko
He
was
did
cheating.
say you had to stand behind the line.
That's terrible.
so I watch so much Taskmaster these days that
Why didn't
getting
you
around the rules is part of the rules. Like,
I understand.
the first thing you do then was pick up the line and move it. As long as you stand behind the line, doesn't matter where the line is.
was? I'm so happy, honey.
Honestly, I feel like that would work. There was no rule against moving the line.
Finally
Yeah, it's Taskmaster rules. Didn't want you to move the line, they would have said no moving the line is part of the rules. What a dick.
Their memories are beginning to return.
What?
It's set up so that they're stimulated as the game goes on. We have no way of knowing what they're going to remember, but it will have to do with their deaths. These are things they've forgotten due to the shock of dying. We have to evoke them. Forcibly.
I mean, he literally becomes a worse person the more he remembers.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I mean, that just says more about the human condition than anything.
That the game is officially at an end. If you would both
Actually,
Well,
the
that's kind
show.
of one of the things that the show is trying to address.
One more throw! Just one!
Well, I mean, it is addressing the religious aspects, inherent sin.
There's
It's weighing in on things and saying it's not.
Hey, bartender. We're already dead now, aren't we?
Yes. I'm afraid you have both left the land of the
She was smarter and a better person.
people are either sent to heaven or to hell.
See, he said it.
People really go to heaven or hell?
Well, that's what we tell them because it's an easy concept to comprehend. More precisely, the options are reincarnation and the void.
Reincarnation and the void.
If reincarnated, their soul will return to inhabit another person's body. But if they are sent to the void, then their soul is lost, and they plunge into
What happens to the other person?
That's what the judgment is for.
Not the void
What
person.
happens to their souls?
They go to re-inhabit somebody else's body.
do.
Well, what happens
It's
to that?
just reincarnation. When a new baby is born, that's where your soul goes.
That's not what she said.
I know, but just how reincarnation works. Just take it face value.
Somebody else's! Please! It has to be!
I have no problem talking over the bits we've already seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm just saying, face value would be what reincarnation is, and we know it.
Alright, well, take it at textbook definition then.
Oh, that was an evil look.
I love you, Machiko. And I'll make you the happiest woman alive. I promise that. Just say you'll marry me.
Here's the problem, Shy. It's gonna make you more upset.
Yes.
I can only take it at what the definition they said in the show is. So, if they redefine reincarnation in episode 3,
I think the show is expecting you to know what reincarnation is as a concept. I don't think they think you're 5 years old.
I'm in love with somebody else.
yeah, well, maybe they should have said reincarnation as we all know it is. And that's a weird thing that they said.
I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? Did
The
you
wording was
actually
weird,
think
but
somebody
you
would
know what
never fall in love
reincarnation
with
is.
you? What are you,
It doesn't
a
matter,
complete idiot?
really. It really
I
doesn't.
didn't want anything
Look,
but
I've watched a
your
lot of
money.
Isekai, and even they
I know.
say it right.
Making it all up?
Of course I was lying, moron. I mean, your child.
Dirty bitch! I'll teach
Look, we only have the budget for 1.5 episodes. How are we gonna save it? What if we just do the same episode again?
Every episode after this is different patrons and different judgments and stuff, though. They don't,
Not a
like,
bad job there, Deck.
do this again.
Thank you, I did my best. What did you think about it?
It was pretty awful.
You will get used to it.
Said Hitler to the Nazis.
Then.
I'm guessing Takashi's soul was sent for reincarnation and Machiko's was sent into the void.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Maybe you can clear something up for me? Basically, you think Machiko did have a man on the side.
Yes.
It doesn't look like you're convinced about that.
No, not quite. I mean, it could have been just a one-time thing, right?
It could, but what would make you think that?
A hunch.
It's just a
Yeah, this is the problem with her not having an absolute point of view.
We know she was pregnant, but who was the father? I'd say Takashi.
Really? But she said herself that it belonged to somebody else.
Yes, except, do you remember her face when she said it? I'm pretty sure she was actually lying.
About the baby? I don't understand. What would be the reason to do that?
The lie was a gift for Takashi. It was the only way remaining that she could help him.
What do you mean? Help him how?
He was tortured by guilt and grief over killing his own child. But if the child didn't belong to him, then maybe it wouldn't hurt.
Don't smile. Like you realized this the whole time and you let a woman go to the void.
Her outburst. It was all an act.
She did.
That's my theory, yes.
Our host is an
That is
idiot.
incomprehensible. Why?
He
Why do
is.
that when they were
That's your
already dead?
explanation.
I think it's because they were dead. That changed things.
I didn't say you were gonna like
I'm
it. I said you were gonna
guessing
get one.
this. But when she knew they were about to be separated for good, maybe that was her way of being true to herself and her feelings.
You've lost me. What feelings?
How are you not getting this? Her feelings for Takashi.
Oh, I see. You're talking about love.
I don't like it that our judge is also
Then most-
biased from a male perspective versus a female perspective.
Machi?
She's
Do they
always
mean
been
Machiko?
He's biased only from the perspective of
hadn't
he's
gotten
seeing
the
what
wrong
is
idea,
displayed and
things
taking
would
it
have been
as
different.
fact.
They probably would have had a happy life together.
Do you think it's true? Was my judgment incorrect? Huh?
Occasionally we make mistakes. People can have surprising motivations and unique ways of expressing their emotions. As an arbiter, you can't afford to brush things off.
Yes, I'm terribly sorry.
Don't forget this.
Yes, ma'am.
So she's the boss?
That might be the usual.
She's a boss. She's like middle management.
Or I mean like the boss of this bar.
Yeah. She's got a few under her belt.
So this is your usual drink?
Give it a try. They're very good. Just as delicious as always.
You aren't kidding. This is good.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it.
That's all he's good for. Drinks and serious.
It's hard to ever be able to like him again.
Well, there's the mannequin hobby, but I don't think that's something you forget.
No.
Or her.
I really don't.
I mean, not her, the other one. The boss.
No. Yeah.
The one that let it happen knowing that everything was going wrong.
Wait, I'm
You're
confused. What
gonna
do I
like
do?
her.
I don't know.
You like
I-
necessary evil types.
Yeah, I also get entrenched in my thoughts real early on and don't sway.
You love the people who are willing to do the
So
wrong
how
thing
did
for
she
the right
do?
reasons.
Not a bad showing, I would say.
Huh?
What is it?
It's just that you're not usually so positive about them.
The only way I'm gonna change my mind is if the elevator guy like paused to the elevators.
Do they mean Machiko?
That wasn't just a simple.
You know what's crazy is all the arbiters who like run the bars, they have like a special power that they can use to like subdue
Takashi
bad
was the person who couldn't
patrons
trust
and shit.
anybody.
Him,
I
he
don't
just
see how
presses
he could ever
doorbell
have found
buttons.
happiness. Actually,
Welcome to the
like
7th
Jackson
layer
said,
of the abyss.
Pretty much.
She still has a way to go yet.
You're very insightful. I look forward to working together.
Thanks. I do too.
She's the only good character
I
here.
apologize for earlier.
Correct.
Why?
I made a mistake. I have respect for people who have lived a fulfilling life. In this instance, I did not act as befitted an arbiter.
Hey, Deckham. One more thing.
Yes, what is it?
I'm empty. Think you could make me another one?
It would be my pleasure.
Her name is so obviously either Eve or Lilith.
Interesting. Well, all of the human characters have Japanese names, so I'm gonna have to tell you you're wrong about that one.
Well, okay. Obviously, if it was written by, I don't know, Western society, those would be the names. Unfortunately, all I can think of now is like whatever the sun goddess's name is, but that wouldn't be right. I'm not so familiar.
Amaterasu?
Yeah. Well, that's not the name I was thinking of, but I know you're right. That is the sun goddess. The name I was thinking of starts with an S. I can't. S or a Y?
I know Susanoo is the moon god.
No, it's not.
Or was
that.
it Tsukuyomi? One of
No.
the two.
I'm probably thinking of the wrong thing altogether.
I don't know. This is one of those shows where all the things that you dislike currently all get better, especially the characters. I know you're not hopeful about it, but it's one of those things where the system, you've seen it from episode 1. It's inherently flawed. It's bad.
Will they start fixing it?
They want to.
Yes, I see.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yes, don't worry. I get it. The term is only for 3 months.
I hope you're curious about that storybook.
Well, I was just thinking to myself that she was reading a child's storybook. I will say I will circle back around to what I was saying before about Piers Anthony's Incarnations of Mortality. Because there's more mirroring going on. I think like book 6 or 7 is called For Love of Evil.
Okay.
And it follows a Dominican monk named Perry, who ends up becoming the devil, because the devil is also an incarnation. And he discovers that heaven and hell are being run badly, and enters into a bet with one of the archangels, like, not Michael, maybe Gabriel? I think probably Gabriel. Because God is not in control. God is too busy reflecting about how great God is. Isn't controlling anything. And the devil is the only one who wants to make sure people go to the right place. You know, like this. Because too many good people are going to hell, that sort of thing. And heaven is not a place you want to go to. Like, there's a warrior's heaven, where and fighting, you can't do in heaven, obviously. The people that go to heaven don't want to be in heaven. And the people that go to hell shouldn't be going to hell.
Right.
So he wants to fix the entire system, making Satan the good guy of the story. And kind of the reflection here is, I say, do they want to fix it? Or I said, are they going to fix it? And you say, they want to. And which just reminds me of that.
I definitely see where you're drawing those parallels. I see where that overlap is, yeah.
Like the devil in Incarnations. Devil Incarnations makes a heaven in hell for the good people that should have gone to heaven but went to hell, which turns out to be better than actual heaven. So
I love that.
So yeah, I mean, you were about to say something.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's crazy too, because the lore, the knowledge that I have about the setting of Death Parade, there's a lot of parallels to be being drawn there. It's actually quite amusing to me.
Oh, I would also.
I feel like as we continue this one, as I win more and more bets moving forward, because I will, you're gonna probably make more parallels to that too.
I would also say that it's book 7 because everything else involving the devil that happens in all the previous books this is the backstory of why the devil shows up in all those books and why he's doing the things that he does. I'll also point out the difference in not our tastes, I guess, but what we were willing to put out there, and that I put out a highly comedic show, and you put out a show that dances the line between religions.
Oh, totally. This is just one of those shows that I really think that I don't know. I think people should watch it though. Like I was saying at the beginning, it's just I think it's a good narrative. I think it asks some really good like entry level existential questions, and it offers you some really awful people that are just trying to do good. You know, I think it's interesting.
Certainly a thing. But yeah, like I said, gotta make more bets. Gotta win bets.
Which I will. Don't worry.
The hardest thing is to make you make a bet, so...
Well, there's got to be more stuff worth betting on, I guess.
Yeah. Alright. Unless you got more.
We got this. We got Tower of Jirarga. And quite frankly, the more we look for these little bets, the more series I think we'll get through. It should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with this.
Yeah.
I love a good low stakes wager.
I mean, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't have been so energetic about parts, so...
Right? I'm having fun.
I might be saying shit that annoys you, but at the same time, it just that's my investment.
But, no, I think I'm good. I got you to sit down and watch the first 2 episodes. You have the proof of concept. You know what's going on, generally.
Yeah, now here's the dagger in your back. If we're gonna continue this betting and winning games thing, just means I can't watch this ever again until that happens.
Well, I'm not touching Tower of Jirarga until then either, but I do have it in my bookmarks.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, unless you got something more, I guess,
I think I'm okay. We did what I set out to do here today. Make you watch Death Parade.
Alright, well, lead us out then.
Alright, everyone. Well, this has been Stoneface Reactions with episode 2 of Death Parade. I'm Shy. This is Theta. Thanks for joining us, and have a good one.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?